السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. الليلة نحن في لقاء مع CEO بتاع شركة غاريفيل هوم اللي هم قاعدين يستثمروا في مجال العقارات. والليلة نحن مع CEO حقهم مستر كونيثيا. You are most welcome.
Thank you.
كمان عشان دايرين نعرف عن نظام العقارات كتير في كينيا، حيكون معانا كذا أسئلة بنتكلم مع مستر كونيثيا وبيكون معاكم فيها جاكلين بيلينو. Mr. Konithia, can you please tell us about yourself, about Garyville Home, like more about the business property in Kenya?
Okay, so my name is Gershon Kinuthia. Thank you, Jacqueline, for coming over today for us to discuss about property ownership in Kenya in general. So, like I said, I'm the CEO of Garyville Homes. We've been operational in Kenya for almost a decade now. Yeah, we started back in around 2012, 2014. That's when we got into the property market. Okay. Yeah. So it's been a decade now. Our main focus is Nairobi. So we specialize in selling of apartment, villas, and land in Kilimani, Kileleshwa, Lavington, Westlands. We have Karen and Runda, plus now Loresho. So in case anyone needs anything in this part of Nairobi, be it you're looking to rent, or you're looking to buy, or you're looking to sell, we are the right people to have a conversation with.
Okay. Can you please also tell us about your location, your office location, in case if someone come to Kenya?
Okay. So our location is just behind the Yaya Center on Chania Avenue, a building called CMS Africa.
Okay.
Yeah. We are on 8th floor.
Okay. Nice to meet you, and I'm sure everyone there who is looking to know more about having a property or owning a property in Kenya, Garyville Homes could be the right option.
Yeah.
As a foreigner, what do you think are the necessary documents that someone may need to know before getting to the level of selling agreement or buying a house?
Okay. So as a foreigner, there are only two documents that you need to own a property in Kenya. So number one, you need your passport. And then the second document that we can help you get is the KRA PIN.
So those are the two necessary documents for a foreigner to own a apartment or a property in Kenya?
Yeah. Okay. Those are the only two documents.
What is the buying process and the legal procedure? Like for me, let us assume me or any foreigner who want to buy a property in Kenya. What are the buying process that someone need to follow to be in a safe side in case in future you want to sell it out? Like you will get a market to sell what you bought already.
Okay. So the buying process is here at Garyville Homes, we've made it very simple for you. Because for one, we get to establish what it is you're looking for exactly. So for starters, we will get to understand, are you looking for a family home or are you looking for an investment property? Yeah. So if you're looking for an investment property, is it something that you want to have short-term or long-term stays? So once we get to narrow down what it is you're trying to achieve, then we will go have a look at the properties that we have in the market. So we have apartments from 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3, 4, 5, and even 6 bedrooms, which are available for sale.
So depend on the client request.
Yeah, it depends on what you want to achieve. So once you pick up, let's say today, Jackie, we went out there and you liked, let's say, a 5-bedroom apartment, in let's say Lavington. Something you like and you say this is good for your family, I would like to proceed with this, I want to purchase. So immediately then we get to negotiate on the price. Immediately after negotiating on the price, you are issued with an offer letter. The offer letter will capture your full names, it will capture your passport number, it will capture, remember I told you about the KRA PIN that you need to have for ownership. So because the KRA PIN comes in handy at the end when you're required to pay stamp duty. Stamp duty is part of one of the taxes that you pay for when you're buying property here in Kenya, which is always 4% of of the value of the property. So now we are there. You've been issued with the offer letter. The next step is we've agreed on the payment plan that you want to use, and that you will follow until the development is complete. That's if the development is under construction. After that, then you're given the offer letter. Then you pick a lawyer. That lawyer will reach out to the developer's lawyer. They will request for the mother title of that property. Yeah. So for them, they need to do their own due diligence to make sure that whatever you're purchasing, everything is okay. So they'll request for the NCA approval, WARMA approval, the city council approvals, and then they'll also request for the mother title that I had mentioned. All these documents are necessary for them to make sure that whatever you're purchasing is legal. And when it comes to you selling at the end, it will be much easier.
Okay.
Yeah. And then after they've done the due diligence, everything checks out, then you proceed to paying the deposit, which could be 20%, which is always the minimum deposit required by most developers. Or if it's a complete building, then you'll be required to pay the whole amount.
So it depends on the level of the project, eh?
Yeah, it depends with the level of the project.
Okay. That is about the process or the legal document that you may need for you to be in a safe side when you are going to buy a house. What about the ownership period for a foreigner? Like, for example, if I'm to buy a property, for how long will I own it?
Okay, so the government of Kenya does not allow foreigners to own properties for a lifetime. Previously, it used to be, you will find guys owning properties for 999 years. So right now, foreigners can only own properties for a period of 99 years. So
99 years.
99 years for foreigners.
Okay.
And then after the 99 years lapses, then you are required to renew the lease.
Okay.
Yeah.
That renewal, it has some fee that you need to pay?
Yeah, there's a fee. I don't know what it will be by that time, but currently for properties that are expiring the leases and they need to renew, you will be required, normally most clients pay around, I think, 30 to 40,000 Kenya shillings, which in dollars should be, let me just, around 310,000. $310.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me take you back to the point number 2 about the legal procedure. We talked about KRA and passport for you okay, KRA and passport for you to go to that process of buying a house. That KRA, where will the foreigner get that document over that certificate?
That's a really good question. So what we've done for our clients, we've gone a step further. We've negotiated for rates with a number of lawyers who can be able to help you and guide you in terms of getting the KRA PIN. So for you to apply for the KRA PIN, they will request you for your passport. So they now use your passport to create the Kenya Revenue PIN. So with that Kenya Revenue PIN, it will come at the end. When you see, when you're buying a property as a foreigner, once you buy, you're given the sale agreement. Yeah. After you've signed the offer letter and you've paid the deposit. That sale agreement is what will be used to process your own section or title. So you'll be given, if you're buying an apartment, you'll be given a title deed for that apartment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it will be depend on what you are going to buy.
Yeah.
And you mentioned 4%.
Yeah.
Okay, it will be 4% of the total amount that you're going to purchase with.
Yeah. That's stamp duty. That's among the taxes that you will incur when you're buying any property in Kenya.
Okay, you will have it once, it is not renewable.
Yeah, you just pay it once. It's a one-off fee that you pay at the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Say a lot of foreigners, they are facing some other challenges, like when you are going to buy a property in a country which you are foreigner in. What do you think are the mistakes that some foreigners are facing, and what could be your advice for them to be in a safe side for buying a property in Kenya?
Okay, I think the number one mistake that most foreigners make is it's not a bad thing to trust family. but not talking to the experts. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll give you an example. When you are sick, even if you have a family member, you don't go to the family member to guide
the
you
hospital.
to treat you. Yeah, you go to the hospital and you meet a doctor. So you'll find when most foreigners come here, they get misled by family members. You go ask your family, oh, what's the process of me buying a property here? Yeah, most family members don't know how the process works. So I think seeking an expert's advice for someone who's been in the business for a long time will be able to guide you in what to do and what to avoid. So that's one. Number two mistake that I feel most foreigners make is they forego asking a number of questions like service charge. What will the service charge of the property be? And then after they buy, that's when they are told every month you are supposed to pay a certain amount. Yeah, which in some properties it's high, in some properties it's low. Yeah, and then lack of doing proper due diligence. That's also one thing that most foreigners miss. Yeah, when you are not guided again by an expert, you just go, the developer tells you, okay, this is the account number, pay this much, without doing the due diligence part and whatnot. At times it can be, if the developer is not a straightforward person, then you can easily burn your fingers. So researching and getting to know a developer's history is very, very important.
Okay.
Yeah. It goes back again to an expert. You see, with a family member, I like using that as an example. When they are looking at a property, or when, because we've been in the market for almost a decade now. With most people, when they come in or they ask their family member to guide them, the family member only knows that one place. Like they only know what is being done there. They don't have a history of what this developer has been doing
Like
6 years ago,
projects.
their previous projects and whatnot. How did they handle when someone had an issue in the previous project? How were they able to sort it out? Did they get to complete their previous projects and whatnot? So I feel like the best solution to saving yourself from a lot of trouble is, from the word go, engaging an expert.
Some people, they will tell you that there is a specific price for buying apartment and you should go to this site, you will find cheaper apartment. What are the factors that determining the property prices in Kenya? For someone who want to plan himself or budget himself, like what could be the element that determine the prices?
Okay. One of the biggest factor that affects price in this market is the location of the property.
Okay.
Yeah, because the land value, like you'll find in Kilimani, Kileleshwa, and Lavington, for an acre of land, it goes for around 3.5 million US dollars. Whereas when you look at the periphery outside Nairobi, places like Rongai and whatnot, land value is around, an acre goes for around, I would say, 400,000 USD. Yeah. So you see, land value on those areas is low. Reason being, even the security of those areas is not as good as compared to what is being offered in Lavington, Kilimani, and Kileleshwa. Yeah. So location is one of the biggest factors. The other factor is the size of the apartment you're buying.
Okay.
Like in the market right now, you'll find a number of clients, a number of foreigners who are inquiring about apartments. They're saying, oh, okay, I saw somewhere on Facebook someone had put, I'll get a 4-bedroom plus the DSQ for 210,000, and then they'll say, oh, okay, you're selling yours at 210 or 200,000 or even 176,000 USD. While I saw something else that was much cheaper, let's say around 90 or even 85, or even you'll find some of them going for 120,000. What's the difference between, why is yours more expensive than the other one? You'll find the other one, which is cheaper. For one, the quality of the materials being used are not that good, and then the size of the apartment is also very small. Yeah, so it's still a 4-bedroom, but the bedrooms are very, very small. Yeah, you'll find the kitchen is more or less, this boardroom is actually much bigger than
others even open kitchen.
Others even are open kitchen. Yeah. So price is determined by the factors what you yourself you're looking for your family. If you're more fixated on spending a certain amount of money, you'll be able to get a property for that price, but you can't be able to compare something cheaper with something expensive. Apples and oranges.
So those are the some elements that determine the price.
Yeah.
Okay. And apart from a location, other people are saying like the more higher you choose an apartment, the more expensive. Or will that also be one of the elements?
Yeah.
Like maybe 3rd floor and 10th floor in the same building will not have the same price, though they are the same number of rooms and size.
True. Because you'll find developers are now pricing their units depending on the floors. The higher floors, they have probably better views. Not probably, most of the time they have better views. Yeah, and then they also look at the amount of natural light that is in the house. Yeah, if the developer has really done a good job, you'll find units from ground floor all the way to the 15th floor. They all have good sunlight. They all have good natural light. Yeah, the only difference now comes in terms of the view. So you'll find you're spending more for the view of your apartment, where your apartment is placed.
Okay. And also, let us assume I'm a foreigner. I got a apartment with some other developer, and they gave me, according to what we agreed, it's like this project will end up within 30 months. And 30 months and the 30 months has ended, and the project is not yet. Like they did not reach to the completion level for people to occupy. In this case, as a foreigner, what can I do, or which side should I face to see where is my right?
Okay. So again, it goes back to now getting a lawyer. You see, on the sale agreement, once you're given the offer letter, the sale agreement is that document that will be used by the developer to file it at the Ministry of Lands for you to be able to be given your sectional title. On the sale agreement, there are terms and conditions. So when you have a good lawyer, as much as most developers normally put a 2% penalty on late payments, you can also insist on your lawyer to put a 2% penalty or compensation on delaying from their end.
Okay. So for you to be in a safe side, because sometimes maybe you are renting somewhere.
Yeah.
You need to also know where you are. Okay, and as a CEO for a company which is having more than 10 years in the market, what will be your advice for someone who want to get a family house and investment house? Like if I want to get it as a foreigner, I want to get a family house, or I want to get a house for investment, what could be the advice that you can give?
Okay. For me, my advice to a foreigner looking to buy a family home in Nairobi, for one, I would advise them to get somewhere closer to where schools are close by. Yeah, because you'll find the good thing about Kilimani, Kileleshwa, and Lavington, and even Westlands, and Runda and Karen, the areas that we sell, we do have international schools, but we also have local schools which are doing really well, which are closer to the homes we are selling. So I would ask them, look for a location that if you're not here, your kids can easily go to school and come back home. And then hospitals, we do have so many around. Shopping malls are also the other factor that where you'll be going for shopping and whatnot. Yeah, those are other factors that also I would advise people to look into. And then the other advice would be, right now is the best time to buy properties in Nairobi, because especially if you have a family here and you work abroad, or you're never here most of the time. When you buy a home, my advice to you would be to also get another one for investment, in that the investment property, the rent that you collect there can be able to sustain your family here. So that even when you're not able to send money for them here, the rent that they are collecting here, there is some source of income. Yeah. And rents are really good. We have returns of up to around 15 to 18% return on investment. So it's really, really good compared to other parts of the world.
That one will take us to the investment property.
Yeah.
Like the advice about investment property.
Okay. Yeah. So currently, you see the way Nairobi is, I would say 98% of Nairobians are tenants. They rent out houses. So that makes the market really ripe in terms of construction. Once the building is complete, you will have tenants. We have a deficit of around 200,000 per month. I mean, per year, that has been growing for the last 15 years. So you can imagine, with even as many as 15 or 20 projects that are coming up in Nairobi, they still can't be able to compensate or satisfy the demand that's there in the market. Yeah. So for investment properties, I would advise, my advice to clients would be, get the right location. Like right now, Westlands is very prime. Westlands used to be mainly dominated by Indians, and it used to be bigger units, 3 and 4, 5 bedrooms. You will rarely find the smaller ones. But now we are finding Chinese developers doing 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms, which are smaller, and they work perfectly for Airbnbs. And then there are so many multinationals that are also in Westlands, which once you buy, you are able to easily get a tenant. Okay. Yeah.
If I'm to get you well, you mean for investment is preferably 2 bedroom and 1 bedroom?
Yeah. If you get
it has more market than more many rooms.
Yeah. So it depends. If you're looking to rent out in terms of short term versus long term. If you want short-term returns, then my advice to you is for you to get the 1 and 2 beds. If you're looking for a long-term solution, then you can easily get a 3 and 4 bedroom and rent out that apartment to a family. You know, the good thing about families is they'll be in that place for 3-4 years. So within that period, you're guaranteed you'll have monthly return coming in.
Thank you so much, Mr. Konisia, the CEO, Chief Executive Officer of Garyville Homes. Thank you so much for providing my people with so many information. في ناس كتار كان قاعدين يسألوا عن نظام العقارات في نيروبي، فده معظم الاحتياجات اللي انت بتحتاج له كأجنبي عشان تعرف انت بتكون في سيف سايد. حتى لو اشتريت مثلا، حتى لو اشتريت لك شقة أو اشتريت بيت سكني، فبتعرف إنه الليك والعليك شنو. بهنا بنكون وصلنا لنهاية بتاع اللقاء حقنا مع مستر كونيتيا، وإن شاء الله لو في أي زول عنده أسئلة أو استفسار ممكن تكتبوا لنا في الكومنت، بنرجع عليك في أقرب زمن ممكن حتلقى الإجابة. فشكرا كثير. Thank you so much, Mr. Konisia.
Thank you so much, Jackie, for creating time to pass by, to get to know how easy it is to own property in Kenya. And in case you have any questions, we will be more than happy to.
Actually, I told them in the comment section.
Okay.
In case if you have any question, you can write, and as soon as possible, you will get the right answer for it. Thank you so much.